Hello, if you're watching this video, we are going to be going over unions today in probability. Unions are kind of like part two to intersections, all right, except where intersections we're talking about and, now we're going to be talking about or, okay? So we're going to look at this first example. You roll a standard six-sided die. What is the probability that you roll a 3 or a 5? Okay, well, if we think about our favorable outcomes from before, right, we have two favorable outcomes, right, 3 or 5 out of our 6 total outcomes, which obviously shows that this is 2 out of 6 or 1/3. Okay, so you actually have a pretty good chance, not really good, but it's better than, you know, just rolling just a 3 or just a 5. So the probability that events A or B, there should not be the word both here, occur is called the union of A and B. And this is actually denoted by what we are going to be calling the union symbol, and that is just a U. Okay, so the intersection symbol was like this, an upside down U. The union signal is a U, and the way that you can remember it is because union starts with U, okay? And that actually brings us to the rule of addition, okay? So the union, right, of A and B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B, all right? And this part here at the end is what most people tend to forget, okay? And we'll talk about why you need that. But basically for unions, you're going to add them together, but then you also have to subtract the probability that they both happen, okay? So we're going to look at this example here, okay? You're spinning the spinner below twice. What is the probability that you roll a blue on either the first or the second roll, okay? So here, obviously, if we're looking at this, the probability of blue is 3/4 and the probability of yellow is 1/4. And so if we want to get blue on the first or the second, okay, well, we can use our rule of addition, right? So we've got 3/4 plus 3/4. Now, let's say for a second that we didn't do this part, the subtraction part at the end, right? 3/4 plus 3/4, that's 6/4, which is 1.5. And remember, it's impossible to have a probability of over 100%. This would be 150%. And not only that, but the probability of getting a blue on the first or the second isn't even 100%. You could get yellow both times. Even though the yellow is small, it's still possible to get yellow both times. So it doesn't really make sense for this number to be greater than 1, right? And the reason for that is because when you're adding the 3/4 twice, you're actually over-counting, basically. Because you've got 3/4 and then you've got 3/4, so you're over-counting. If you get the 3/4 twice, basically you're counting those both times each. So you have to subtract the probability that you get 3/4 both times, which is, as we know, this is multiplication. So 3/4 times 3/4 is 9/16. So this is 3/4 plus 3/4 minus 9/16. And so in order to do this, we have to turn this all into 16ths. So actually, I'll just do this over here. So if we're making these out of 16th, we're multiplying it by 4, so that becomes 12. This one's the same thing, minus 9. So 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 minus 9 is 15. So actually the probability that you get a blue on the first or the second is 15 out of 16. So really high, but there's still that, I guess, 1/16th chance that you could have got the yellow on both times, okay? So there we go. So example 3, all right? A card is drawn randomly from a deck of ordinary playing cards. You win $10 if the card is a spade or an ace. What is the probability that you win the game? Okay, so this is a good example, I think, for showing this, okay? So we've got spade, so we can say the probability of A is spade, and the probability of B is ace, okay? So, what is the probability that you pull a spade? Well, we know that there are 13 of each suit, so that's 13 out of 52, which is the same as a fourth, okay? And then what's the probability that you pull an ace? Well, we know there are 4 aces, and then that's 1/13, right? 1 out of every 13 is an ace, because there's 13 different cards. So if we want to find the probability that we get a spade or an ace, we have to do 1/4 plus 1/13. Now, this is the part where now we have to subtract the probability of A and B, and we just want to think about, okay, well, what does that mean, probability of A and B, it being a spade and an ace? So that's the ace of spades, right? What is the probability that we draw the ace of spades? And the reason that we have to subtract this out, so that's 1 out of 52. The reason we have to subtract this out is because when we were counting all of the spades, we counted the ace of spades in that. When we counted all the aces, we counted the ace of spades in that. So we actually counted the ace of spades twice, all right? And so we double counted it. And so what we have to do now is we have to subtract one of them out, and that's what this is doing, okay? Now, I'm realizing that it was maybe better to leave these out of 52. So this was 13 out of 52, and this was 4 out of 52, right? And so now we've got 13 plus 4, that's 17, minus 1, that's 16. So our answer is 16 out of 52 cards are a spade or an ace. And obviously you can shorten this. That'd be 8 out of, what's 52 divided by 2? 26. So we can shorten that again. That'd be 4 out of 13. So 4 out of 13 chance that you get an ace or a spade. So hopefully that kind of showed you what was going on. Last example that we're going to look at, you roll a 10-sided number polyhedron, that's just a die, that has numbers 1 through 10 on its faces. Let A be the event the number is greater than 4. And B be the event the number is odd. So what we want to do is we want to find the probability of A. So what's the probability the number is greater than 4? Well, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually 6 out of 10. What's the probability the number is odd? That is 5 out of 10. And then what's the probability the numbers are greater than 4 and odd? That would be, all the numbers greater than 4 and odd, so that'd be 5, 7, and 9, so that's 3 out of 10. So if we do our formula, we got 6 out of 10 plus 5 out of 10 minus 3 out of 10, so 6 plus 5 is 11, minus 3 is 8, 8 out of 10, and that simplifies to 4/5, okay? So that's unions. I know unions are a little bit complicated. Go ahead and try this, practice, see how you do. If you have any questions, let me know, and have a great day.